I walked toward it, and in the reflection, I saw myself once again at the front door, opening it for someone else to enter. Then I heard the voice inside my head, deep, rough, unmistakably not human.
Bring us someone who sees you, and you may leave.
I didn't respond, but I understood. In a blink, I was back in my backyard, under the moonlight, alive. The house never lets go of those who see it. And now, I'm the one who opens the door. Welcome to Night Whispers, where your darkest nightmares are turned into stories. Turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and don't look behind you. Because this time, the story might not end with you. Because this time, the story might not end with you. The house that doesn't appear by daylight. In a town called Greystone, people don't talk about the western woods. Even Google Maps shows it as a gray void. No roads, no trails, no names. But everyone knows something appears there after sunset. Something that looks like a house, but isn't. I know that story well, because I was there. I used to live in the city. Life had become exhausting. A recent divorce and losing my job in the same week had left me drained. My body craved isolation. My mind begged for escape. So, I rented a cheap place in a town I'd never heard of, right on the edge of a dense forest. I thought escaping the past would be enough to start over. The house was simple, quiet, nothing strange at first. But on the third night, it began. Footsteps on the roof. Light ones, barely audible, only at night. Then whispers from under the bedroom floorboards. Then, the neighbor. He lived across the street. An old man named Mr. Harold. One day he sat on the stone wall between our homes and, in his dry, raspy voice, said,
"If you hear screaming from the forest, ignore it. And if you see a house at night, turn off the lights and close the curtains."
I thought he was just crazy or lonely. But on the seventh night, I saw it. I was sitting on my back porch around 11 p.m. And as I stared into the forest, there it was. A two-story house. Its windows were dark, its door slightly open like a yawning mouth. I swear it hadn't been there during the day. I grabbed my flashlight and walked out. It only took a few minutes to reach it. And yes, it was still there. The strange part was how real it looked. Not like a vision or an illusion. Solid, grounded, even smelling like something ancient, like burnt books. I stepped inside. 1 foot in, and it felt like I'd passed into another world. The air changed. The walls seemed to breathe. The wood beneath my feet was alive. Doors closed behind me silently. The floor creaked. Not beneath me, but from beneath me, but from beneath, as if something below was listening. In one room, I found a small library. Dozens of photos lined the walls. Men, women, children, faces I'd never seen. But the longer I stared, the more they changed. The smiles twisted, the eyes bled, and then they disappeared. In the living room stood a large, cracked mirror. I looked into it and saw myself. But behind me, it wasn't the house. It was a man who looked just like me. Identical, smiling with a madness I didn't recognize. And behind him, the door was closing. I ran. I turned and sprinted. But the hallway stretched. It didn't end. The house was growing like it was alive. And then I heard it. A woman's whisper calling my name from upstairs.
Daniel?
No one in Greystone knew my name. I climbed the staircase like I was sleepwalking. There was one room upstairs, dimly lit. In the corner sat a little girl, hair over her face, trembling. I stepped closer. Suddenly, she lifted her head. She had no face, only a stone mask carved with one word, choose. Then, everything changed. The walls began to bleed. The ceiling groaned. The house twisted like a serpent, and the mirror lit up on its own. I walked toward it, and in the reflection, I saw myself once again at the front door, opening it for someone else to enter. Then I heard the voice inside my head.
Deep, rough, unmistakably not human. Bring us someone who sees you, and you may leave.
I didn't respond, but I understood. In a blink, I was back in my backyard under the moonlight, alive. The next day passed like a fog, but I didn't sleep that night. Instead, I wrote a message to old Harold. I think you were right, but I'm curious. Would you like to see the house for yourself?
He replied, I saw it 30 years ago. I opened its door for someone else. Now it's your turn.
And I understood. The house never lets go of those who see it. And now, I'm the one who opens the door. Every night, after midnight, I stand at the edge of the forest. I light an old lantern, and I wait. When someone stops and stares at it too long, I invite them in. The house never shows up by daylight, but it's always there, inside us.